Welcome to Ignorance Unleashed with your host Salvatore Cavalieri.
Hey. So, in property management, you have to be ready for everything. So, I have a property that I took over from another property management. They were not doing their job they were supposed to do. And the clients, of course, they were not very happy. Actually, it was a group of clients not happy with them. And I inherited this particular group of tenants. One of them, she got sick and she died in the hospital. So all of a sudden, they have a death. And what complicates the matter is, besides the sad fact that she died, and she was very young, she had her future ahead of her. The lease that the previous management company signed with her, okay, she was the only person in the lease, which complicates the matter. So in this case, I'm not an attorney. I'm not going to talk about the legalities, etc., etc. But that is one of the cases that things get complicated, because now you have a sad family. The loved one is gone forever, and now we have a property with a lease. It's an incomplete lease because clearly she passed away, and now we have the property with personal items inside of value of the deceased, of course, and also value, sentimental value, or other value to the family that remain on Earth. Okay, so those are the unexpected things that happen, not often, but it happens. So in my career, and in the last 2 years, I don't know why, and it has nothing to do with COVID. I had like 3 or 4 deaths that I can remember in the leases. Now, the lesson here, it is that when you write a lease, it's important to put 2 people in the lease, because if someone dies, then you have the other one that you can deal with, you can talk to. When someone dies like this, and there is nobody else, and the family is not responding, what do you do? So there is a process. So each state is different. So when this happens, the first thing you need to do is talk to the attorney and see what is the next thing you need to do. Because, even though the person passed away, that doesn't mean that you have right to the property just to come in. You just open the door and just go in. You just can't do that. You're asking for trouble. What complicates this matter the most, it is that an occupant of the unit, we were not aware of this occupant, was also living in the property. And this occupant communicated to us, this person is not related to the deceased, as what we ask, is not related to the deceased. And this person, when we check his phone number in public records, he was a serious case of past problems with the law. So we have now a deceased person, a property that now is occupied by this occupant, because it's not a tenant, it's an occupant, unauthorized occupant, actually living in the property. Now, what do? We have this asset in the hands of someone that we don't know, and also with several, public record charges, resisting arrest, possession of stuff. Okay, so it becomes really complicated because you need to follow the law, and also you need to be safe. So today I'm going to have some of the videos that today this person communicated to me through email. I tried to talk the least possible over the phone, over this thing. I tried to put everything in writing, and to the minimum possible that the law allows me to, because it was a very delicate situation. Okay, it's very, very complicated. Okay, so advice here: contact your attorney, have him guide you through the process, in order to do this legally, because the family also can come back and say, hey, let's say you went in early, and you went into the property, you can get in trouble. Because so there's a lot of emotions here. You have someone that was loved by people. Now the property is like this, vacant, with someone living in there. Very complicated stuff. So we were able to manage this in a very ginger way. It took some time, about 45 days. Actually, this person died in January, February, March. It took 60 days to do this. The proper way through, it took more than 60 days actually, in the proper way that nobody's getting in trouble and we're not causing any roughing feathers where it's not necessary. Okay, I know that the owner was anxious to get to the property because it's an asset that is not producing. I for sure want to get this done and put it on the back. So today I'm going to go to the property for the first time. I've been outside the property. I knocked on the door when I got the contract, but nobody opened. Nobody responded to me. Back then, the tenant was alive, and I communicated with her several times over text. And actually, before she died, she communicated she was not going to renew the lease. She was moving, needed more space because, she needed to do something else in life. Sadly, she's gone. Anyway, so we're going to go to this property today. I don't know what I'm going to expect. This occupant, as per an email just received, he's out of the property. Everything was moved by them, and this is very important. All the personal items have to be removed by them, not by you or the landlord, by the tenants. And then we're going to go in and see what is the condition, what we're going to find. I don't know what I'm going to find. I've never been to the property inside. It's a very nice property with a very nice view. Should have from a top floor. And it's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. So I don't know. I'm sure that the owner is anxious to hear with me. So stay tuned. So we're gonna go into the property, and we're gonna have some interesting things to do. See you soon. Hey. Today, I am going to go to this property. The tenants left last night. They left early. So they broke the lease. So before they broke the lease, they had to catch up with certain things, certain commitments that were in the lease agreement. So it's very important you have a solid lease agreement, and also that you obey whatever local laws or state laws there are for tenancy. So every state is different. So I'm going to go up there just to see the condition of the property, and let me show you pretty soon. Okay. So we're coming into the property. One of the first things I look at is first if it is safe. So here to my left, there is a bathroom. I'm going to look if anything is broken or missing. There's no water. Blind is okay, but I already see stuff in the wall. Okay. Washer and dryer, are they clean? Nope, they were not clean. So these people will be charged for cleaning for sure. The floor is sticky, hasn't been changed in a while. Scratches on the floor. Okay, I'm also gonna look how many bulbs are working or not, because as per lease, the tenant needs to replace all the bulbs when they deliver the property. Okay, so the fridge seems to be working, but it's making a noise, but it's not clean. So here goes the range. It's not clean. Microwave seems to be operational. Has been scratched. Here's the dishwasher. Apparently it was not used. This is the living. Family. This is the former dining. There's a lot of things here on the wall. They patched it, but the whole wall needs to be painted. The same thing over here. So all those things on the floor as well. So looks so far that this particular tenant is going to lose the entire deposit. Okay. The carpet was not cleaned either. Okay. So here's one bathroom. Damages on the wall. The blinds are okay. Doors are dirty. See, this is the reason you don't allow candles. See? Bathroom is dirty. This will be the bigger bedroom. Covers, broken covers, scratches all over. This is the sink. Seems okay. This is a walk-in closet. This is the shower and the bathroom, but clearly it's very, very dirty. So this tenant for sure has to pay for the overall cleaning, has to pay also for the carpet cleaning, and also, the paint. So looks to me that this tenant is going to lose the entire amount of the deposit.